when I say you kind of expected it, sooner or later, I think we were going to feel the fatigue of playing 3 and 4 and 2 in less than 24 hours. So it was to try and stay composed, and the only fresh guy we had there was our goaltender, that could make some saves. I know there's maybe a goal that trickles in on him, but he made some other big saves to keep us in the game. So it depends what we want to look at, and so I thought he played a strong game for us. Gave us the win that we needed against a real good hockey club. So at that point, it's just about staying poised, and we were getting pucks out of our own end. I thought we were defending okay, but you knew they had to come with a push. They knew what we were up against, and I'm sure that their coach after the second period said to them that this should be a tired team, and we still have an opportunity here. Just making a change in goal for them showed that he wasn't throwing the towel in, so we knew they were going to come out hard.
Since the 2-game healthy scratch for Dan, he's got 4 goals in 6 games, do you think that maybe helped him kind of get back on track here?
Well, I don't know, and I don't know if I'm sure it helped him in a good way, not necessarily as a wake-up call more than watching the game and missing it. But at the same time, I think there's no doubt the trade deadline's over. Guys know they're here. There's a lot of players that have picked up their game, I think, since then, and whether it's a combination of that or a combination of where we are in the standings, and wanting to make sure we get ourselves into a playoff spot and doing whatever it takes. It could be a lot of different things, but it's nice to see a lot of those players really bring their game up a notch.
Special teams seem to make a big difference, killing the top-ranked power play, getting 2 shorties, and getting a couple power play goals of your own.
Well, that's probably the tail of the game right there. The special teams have made a big difference. I thought in the first period our forecheck was extremely good. Allowed us to spend some time in their end, and once we stopped putting the puck in deep, or they started playing with the puck a little bit more, it was a little bit more difficult. But we showed some great character there to come out today and then skate and work as hard as we did.
Well, not to like criticize or anything, like other versions of the fourth line that you've had. But this one that you've had these last 2 games, value in a line like that, especially like in back-to-backs, I mean, they got a lot of ice today.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't think it's criticism. It's obvious that this fourth line has been a real good fourth line. And we've had when Furling's been in, we had some good stints from that line as well. But now, I guess what helps a lot is if you got 3 veterans that have been around, so you feel a little bit more comfortable too. To give your top lines a break every once in a while after power plays and that, you got to utilize your bench a little bit more. I can afford to throw those guys against the other team's top lines and know that there's some experience, and you can rely on them a little bit more. So that's been a good change for us.
Claude, is this a situation where it shows what the team can do when they're pushed into a tough spot, back-to-back days, facing a good team and then coming out playing where they did?
Yeah, it does, and I think I'm sensing, when you say some urgency, but I'm sensing that I guess the team really, since, like I said, since we've turned the page on the trades and all that stuff, it just seems okay. This is our group here, and this is what we're going to go with, and they seem to be really close knit and determined at the same time, and I see a real strong focus right now.
Given their push in the third period, Claude, what did you like from Nicholas in goal there in that third?
Well, just again, he's there's a lot of pressure on a guy who hasn't played much, and he won us a game in Jersey. He's won us a game again tonight, and that's all we can ask from a guy like that who hasn't played much. And I think he made some good saves. I think that toe save on the rush there in the second period. He made another couple of good saves there late in the third when they were pushing with a lot of traffic in front of them. So, like I said, when you don't play much, maybe one trickles through you a little bit. I think their other goaltender was living through that same situation as well. But he made some big saves, and I have to understand, or we have to understand that in order to get through this, we're going to need our backup goaltender to come up and play some games for us, and not to rely too much on Tuukka.
So you were committed to giving Tuukka the whole day off?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to say that it did cross my mind. And at one point there, you look at the score and say, well, if something happens, maybe I got to make a tough decision. But I really wanted to commit to Sveti there, and, at the same time, confidence-wise, it's important for him to finish the game, and, so sometimes you gotta, not take a gamble, but to calculate a gamble and say, you know what, I have confidence he'll do the job till the end, and he did.
Did that fifth goal help you in that decision, give you a little peace of mind? I mean, at that point?
Well, it was 4-2, and then we made it 5-2 before they scored again, but, no, I think, overall, I wasn't ready to make that decision that early.
When going forward, when you look back on the season at the end of the year, you're going to look at this particular weekend being a character type of a couple character victories, a type of weekend that you build a lot of momentum off of going forward.
Well, you hope so, because, we're going to Ottawa here on Tuesday, and there's another team that is breathing down our necks, and so we hope that we've built enough momentum there that we can carry that into Ottawa.